Hi everybody. For this Tech in 10 minutes, we are going to look at the Smart Lab feature of Smart Notebook software. Smart Lab is available in your notebook software, and you can access it by hitting the Space Invader looking monster right up here on your toolbar. Once you open Smart Lab, you'll be brought to a screen that looks like this, that provides you with all of your choices for different Smart Lab activities. Let's just take excuse me, a brief look at those right now. You have fill in the blanks. This is good for any type of comprehension activity, things like that. Flip out, which is kind of like the memory game. And if you'll notice that a lot of these are replacements for the old Flash material in the old Smart Notebook, and that you can get creative with these and the other lesson activity builders to create activities you used to with those Flash-based modules. You have a game show for multiple choice true and false questions. Label reveal, which is really kind of nice. Match them up, one-to-one correspondence in memory. Monster quiz, multiple choice quiz. Rank order, which is great for sequencing and arranging. Response to and shout it out, which again are for more multiple choice questions or brainstorming. Speed up, another way to do true false questions in multiple choice, and then super sort. The ones mostly used here are flip out, label reveal, matching and sorting in the rank order. So those are the ones used mostly here. Some do require you to sign in, and since we're not doing that yet, you can sign in or make a free account. Just use your wildprograms.org email address and password to do that. If you need help, just come see me for that. Okay, so we're in the Smart Lab menu right here. A couple things up here. These lines is where you can manage content. You don't need to use this, but you can. Basically, what you can do is create lists of content that you can then import into things. So if you want to do a list of students, if you're going to use that in repeated activities, or questions for quizzes, things like that that you don't have to retype. You can store that in here and use that. You probably won't use it too much, but that is an option here. The question mark then also is a great place to go. It'll open up help within. It's opening my tab down there. I'm not going to bring it up right now. It opens up help within Smart Notebooks, Smart website, so it can show you how to do various things within the Smart Lab. Okay, so that is support.smarttech.com. It brings you to for Smart Lab tools. So let's go back to my Smart Lab menu. Smart Lab, again, is a way to make interactive activities kind of a step above the activity builder over here, but again, just as good, if not better. And there are some other tools we'll look at while we're in there as well. We're going to look at two of these today, and then you can go back in and check out as many as you want after this. Let's go to match them up down here. When you click the activity you want, it's going to give you a screen that looks similar to this, tells you kind of what to do in grayed out letters. So it tells you to add your category names and then add what you're matching for this activity down here. Gives you some other options within here as well. Let's do that. Let's put uppercase here, lowercase. So our matching game is going to involve matching uppercase to lowercase letters. You'll notice this little picture frame right here. You can add images instead of text in this, so you can do an image matching game, which is great also. I'm not going to take the time to do that for this Tech in 10, but just so you know, if you click that, it'll allow you to add images to your game. For purposes of this, we're going to keep it simple. Again, this is just to show the concept. The next page allows simply to pick a theme. You could pick a simple theme or any one of these. Pick the garden one for this, and then it creates your game. I mean, it could not be easier. It shows my uppercase here, my lowercase here, and then the students then can participate. For this one, you have to drag the objects to the flowers. Sometimes that's not as intuitive. There's an A. If it's correct, it matches them and puts them in here. Let's do it wrong this time and see what happens. They simply bounce back. And there it is right there. So again, once you get the hang of this, you can create an activity pretty much in less than 2 or 3 minutes based on what you want to do. So that is the matching within the lesson activity builder. Our smart lab, I should say. Let's look at one more while we're here, and I want to show you a couple other features that are in here as well. Let's go down to sorting. Let's just keep this one simple again and do fruits and veggies. I'll just do a couple here. Again, same interface, just a different activity. I could add pictures if I wanted to very easily and quickly. This allows me some more themes here. I'm going to pick the garden again. I'm going to finish. It's going to make my activity. So again, 2 minutes, not even. I can make another activity. So let's do this one. You notice the same principle here. Incorrect. Once it's done, it gives you a little feedback. You can reset it and do it again. Here's where you can add your sound. Here's where you can reset the page. If you wanted to edit the words, you could do it up here. So sound, edit, reset. Here you'll notice 2 other icons. Now these are important icons when you're creating your games. I'm going to go to the star first. The star allows you to add interactive game elements to any activity that you make. You can do buzzers to have students buzz in. You can do randomizers if you wanted certain people to be chosen first or certain words to be chosen first for the students to do. You can set a timer for any game. These are available for most of the games, and for you can use them how you want to. If you go to SmartLab, support.smarttech.com, SmartLab, they're better explained in there as well. But once you get in there, if you want to add them, they're self-explanatory, and you can add them for any reason you want, just like you would any game you play not using technology. The other thing on here that's really important to note is this little cell phone looking icon right here. You do need to sign on to do this, okay? I would use, like I said, use your Wildwood Programs Order account to be signed in. Once you do that, I'm just going to sign into mine quick. So you can see what it looks like. That basically allows you to let students use devices to play the game. So if you created it on your computer, the students could then, I'll show you in 1 second, go to the website it's going to tell you, and then they could play the game. So it's telling me to go to classlab.com. So let's do that quickly. And we want to enter that code that was on our Smart Notebook page when it completely comes on here. Once you enter the code, you can hit Next. And you can join. Now you can do this from your iPads, you can do it from your MacBook Cart computers, any computer. And then that's what they get. And then when the teacher starts the lesson on the notebook page, you'll notice the activity is running. The students will be then brought to the activity so they can then engage with it from their device. So this really opens the doors to use many different devices with the Smartboard activities as well. You could again do it with the MacBook carts, with the iPads, with anything that you have, using the cell phone over here and going to classlab.com to play the game. Okay. So we just looked at our Smart Lab icon up here. There's a lot to look at in here, but we looked at a couple of the games, including match 'em up and sorting. We looked at the gamification elements like timers and buzzers, and we also looked at the device playable feature where you can get a code to classlab.com and play from any device to extend your activities in the classroom. This was just a 10-minute tech tutorial to show these features of Smart Lab. There's a lot more to get in there and do, but each one is pretty similar in the way it asks you to set them up. Remember, you can go to support.smarttech.com for Smart Lab and read about every single game there and read about all of the different features like gamification, etc. to play with any devices. Other than that, if you have any questions, please let me know, and we can get more in depth with any content that you'd like to use to create. And I thank you for watching.